Y'all, I'm back in California. It has been a ridiculous month of August. Glad it's over. We're starting fresh in September. But out of all the bad things that happened in August, I did have one really good thing. But I'm gonna warn you, if you're like weirded out by bodily functions, then this video is not for you. But thanks for being a subscriber, and I will see you very, very soon. If it doesn't matter to you, then continue watching. So as most of you know, I am on a weight loss journey. I hate the word journey. So I am losing weight. Most of you guys know that. I am doing it very slowly. One, I don't need to drop weight because I'll end up just crash dieting and then binging, and then I'm not really doing it in a healthy manner. And the second reason is I have this irrational fear that my skin won't bounce back, because every time I lose 10 pounds, like I feel like there's excess skin. So I'm like every day with vitamin E and this firming butter from cocoa butter like all over my body. I just don't want to have to get like surgery after I lose weight, because I do have a lot of weight to lose. Aside from that, something really good happened. A non-scale victory happened, but it is a little personal, but I feel like I haven't seen anyone talk about it, and I kind of do want to talk about it with you guys because I'm proud of it, I'm happy, and let's go. So I was in Texas for my grandpa and then his funeral, and during that week I started my period. Okay, this was a good thing because usually I have like a period every 4 to 6 months, and it lasts about 2 months. So this was a little bit of a red flag for me because I had a period in July, so I wasn't expecting my period again until maybe October, November. That's just kind of how screwed up my cycle is because of my weight. And you know, it's been a fear of mine. I'm like, what if I have PCOS? What if I have just something wrong? Because that's not normal, and I've honestly think about it every day, but I'm too scared to go to the doctor. What if I just lose weight and it'll be okay? Like they say, you only need to lose 10 to 15 pounds to kind of start having organ changes. In this case, I have lost more than 10 or 15 pounds, and I feel that nothing was changing in my reproductive parts. So I started my period, and I was like, damn, my first day was crazy. It was so crazy. I was like, I didn't even want to leave the house, but I had to because I was with a whole bunch of family just preparing things for my grandfather. And I was like, damn, like, because my last period in July was so bad, I couldn't leave the house. I physically couldn't, no matter how hard I tried. This one, I was like, here we go again. I just went through this last month. I went through 2 boxes of tampons in the first week of my last period, and then it slowed down. So I was like, here we go again. I'm gonna have to do this all over again. Of course, it's on while I'm in Texas. Like, I was like, I do not want this. Of course, there's a hurricane. Are we gonna get stuck in a hurricane? So this was right before the hurricane, and the hurricane was at first supposed to hit San Antonio, and all the grocery stores were crazy, and I was like, oh my gosh, what if I can't make it and get another box? I didn't bring any because of course I didn't expect to start, right? So the day I started my period was the day the hurricane was supposed to hit, and it didn't hit us. Thank God. We just had light rain in San Antonio. Prayers to everyone in Houston. Please pray, give good vibes for my dad. He's one of the firefighters that has to help in Houston until things calm down a little bit. We'll talk about that more in another video, but that's not what this is about. And so I was like, damn. So I go and I get another box. So I have a box and a half at this point, because remember, my first day was crazy. And then after the first day, it started to slow down. I was like, whoa. Okay. So I was like, okay, this is the part where it slows down. I have it for like a month of slow period. The day before I leave to come back home to California, my period stopped. I had a 5-day period. If you don't struggle with your weight, or if you don't struggle with your weight or just with an irregular period, aside from not being heavy, it sucks, and you already like mentally know what's gonna happen as soon as you get the first drop of blood, and you're like, damn, here we go. It's like this whole thing, right? It was 5 days. Like, I'm praying this is because of like my weight loss, and that I'm putting good things into my body, and that like I'm just trying to help my body out. I was so ecstatic. I was like, the first day was crazy, and then after that it was like normal, and then it was over, completely over, and I didn't know what to do. I was just sitting in the bathroom excited. I was like, this just happened. This is normal. So I'm praying for the month of September, it'll happen again, and it'll just be normal, and I'll just have a normal cycle again. And the reason this is such a big deal, especially for people my size, is when your periods aren't normal, that means things aren't working normally in your uterus. And for someone like me, who in about 4 to 5 years wants children, it's very intimidating and daunting to know that things aren't working right. And it's scary. It's really scary, because those are things I think about as a 22-year-old. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm 22. Wow. Okay, so as a 22-year-old, I especially get a little nervous with things like this because I know I know the women in my family and their medical histories, and it scares me to know that maybe like I could have some of the same reproductive problems that some of my family members have. Some of them have no problems having kids. Some of them really cannot have children. And so it's really scary. So this is such good news for me because this is one of my main reasons for wanting to lose weight is because I do want children in the next 4 to 5 years. And it's just really nice to see progress. I am praying. I don't think it would be a one-time. I was on birth control from 15 to 17. That's what it was. I got on it at so young, not because I was having sex, but because I was so nervous about not having a normal period that I got on birth control at 15 just to kind of help things regulate, and they did. But as I got older, I learned more about the side effects of birth control, and then again with like family history, I didn't trust it. I'm like, I don't want to do this to my body. I don't agree with it. So I got off, and after I got off, my period stayed regular for about a year. So I don't know if the hormones were just still in my body or if whatever. I wasn't losing weight at that time. I was actually gaining weight because I had just gone into college. I was like, okay, like here we go again. I contemplated getting back on birth control and I just couldn't do it. I think I got on it for a month, and after the month I was like, I can't. I know it takes 3 months for birth control to work because I take the pill, or I took the pill I should say, but I just couldn't do it. I was like, something happens in like 10 years, I'll freak out and I don't want to deal with it. The week before I went to Texas, actually, I went on the Planned Parenthood website to like make an appointment. I was like, forget it, I'm just gonna get birth control. Like, I really want my periods to be regular. Because keep in mind, the period in July was like the worst I've ever had in my entire life. I was so scared. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have to do it. And then look at God, because a week later I started and it was completely normal. I told you guys over and over and over again, and all the haters never believe me, but that's their problem. I do eat a really, really clean, healthy lifestyle. I eat very clean in my foods. I don't eat a lot of junk anymore. I did in Texas. Ugh. Family, but it made me very sick. I actually got sick twice in Texas. So I do eat a very clean diet, and I feel like through the detox in my body's just kind of like regulating. So I'm really happy, and I'm really happy to be able to share this news with you. And I will do a Snapchat update in September to let y'all know what happened. But I'm hoping this means every month I'll have a normal period, and that I'm starting to just get better. And even if it's not normal this month, I'll know at least I'm working towards something. I'm seeing some kind of result, and I'm just grabbing onto that and so excited. Those are my happy updates for you. I do have some sad updates for you, but I want to film that next because if I cry, I'm gonna ruin all my makeup for the day, and it's only 11 o'clock. But you know, life moves on, and we all have to just look at the positives with your negatives. I will see you guys very, very soon. As always, love, Stella, and I'll talk to you later. Toodles. I really miss Texas. When my first day home, which was 2 days ago, I was a mess. I was just crying all day. I was like, I miss my family. But I had to remember all my family doesn't even live there, and they all flew in from different parts of the country. So, but I am going back to Texas at the end of the month. Thank you, Jesus. And hopefully I can just spend some more time with the other side of my family. I'll see y'all later.